And he already knows the answer. Wow. I feel like a deer. This is my big redneck weekend, kind of the follow-up, I guess. But I read a lot of books. Some of you are like, no, you don't. I do. I read Green Eggs and Ham. That was good. And but I do like morning, kind of get you pumped. You have a favorite song that kind of like your morning song? Anybody have like a morning song? You know what I'm talking about? Where you wake up and you play it and you're like, yeah! It's going to be a good day, right? If you want your soul to really be revived, like here's a song that I can't get out of my head right now. Are you ready for it? All the single ladies, all the single ladies. I can't stop. I can't. I want to get it out, but it won't. I look at people at a stoplight and I'm like, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. It's weird. All right. I'm an idiot. All right. The law. Some of you who have boyfriends or girlfriends, if you were in a crowd of people and someone said your name, like if you were dating, let's say I'm dating Shanda back in college, and someone said Shanda's name, I'd kind of perk up. What's up? What are you talking about? And I know that if she was in a group of people and someone said my name, she'd get all like goose pimples and she'd be all crazy, and it's kind of like Mufasa. Ooh, say it again, and say it again. Ooh, just his name. Woo, And one of the things that Shanda's not a pack rat, but I am. And one of the things that she would do is she wrote me a lot of love letters back in the day. And yeah. Chris, I loved you when you were skinny, stuff like that. And she would write those things down. And I would write Shanda things. And I used to make jam tapes. I don't know if you guys remember back before there were CDs, there were these little tapes. And I would always like record jams on them and put them on there and be like, yeah. And I would DJ them like it's my own radio station. I'd be like, welcome to K-Hurt. This one's for you, girl. And I would play like some songs and stuff on it, and she'd play it. And it'd be like some real jams like Boys and Men. How do I? It'd be all these great things. And I just knew that she would listen to those and love them, and she never really did. But all the things that Shanda kept and gave me through the years, I would kind of keep those things. And I still have them. They're in a box. I thought about that this week, and I forgot. But I was going to grab some and read some to you, but they're Shanda's love letter to me, and I just love them. I just go through them and be like, you do love me. And like sometimes when she's mad at me, I just go in the basement and read them, and like, you love me, don't you? And because it's cool to get those love letters, and that's awesome. And I love reading those. And I don't care how old you get, I'll always probably treasure those. I'll go back and read those letters, and it'll be a special memory for me for the time that we were kind of, in that juicy love stage, where I love you, babe, that kind of thing. But that's a special deal for me. But here's the challenge for us as we close. This is God's love letter to us. This is God's love letter to us. He wrote this book for you. He didn't write it. He wrote it. He didn't need to read it, right? He wrote it for us because he wants us to have power. He wants us to have success. He wants us to have the great things of life. But we can only do that if we're rooted in God's word. We've got to do a better job. And I'm not here to make you feel guilty. I'm not here to put the slam down on you. I'm just saying in my personal life, hello, this is me. And I think God would say to the rest of us, if we want power as a youth group, it starts here. We can have the greatest music in the world, but if our students aren't engaged in the word, it doesn't really matter.